Okay, everyone, I'm back here and basically I figured out what was wrong with JWLab 1.2. So um, I made a million errors. I made basically it was another quadrillion errors, and I got through all of them. So it's saying put a number between 1 and 6,000, and I'm gonna put 1. What is the word count so far? 35,000. And what is the final product? The reason why I'm not putting 0 for these is because that exception is already handled. So I don't have to handle that exception. If you put the word count so far as 0, it's just going to tell you you have not started yet. And if the word count is higher or equal to the final product, then it'll say you've already finished. So I don't have to handle that exception. So I put in 0 for this number for how many words you write per week on average, and it said I put 0, so it said please enter a number between the lower limit and the higher limit. So I'm gonna test this again. I'm gonna say 0, and it's gonna give me the same message. So this one I'm doing. I'm gonna put in 1. I'm gonna put in 1. So how many words do you want to write in a day? 0. Okay, I'm gonna put 1 again. How many sessions do you write a day? You notice that it's telling me to put a number between like 100 or 500 and the maximum. And when I put in 1, it lets me go through. There's a reason for that. Um, um, so how many writing sessions do you have per day? 0, 1. What is the interval for tracking the percentage? Uh, uh, I'm gonna put in 0, and it said 1 and 50. So it says your solution is loaded. So so you are done. You were done with chapter 30. Yeah, you were done with chapter 35,000. So this works even better than I expected it. So you are 35% through with this book. Um, let's see. It should be like 35. Yeah, it should be like 35,000% through with the book. That might be a yeah. So but I wanted to show you this. This is an extreme example. It handled the error. It handled the error. It handled the error, so it didn't just crash. But let me show you something. And it handled the error. It didn't just crash because of the division by 0 error. So it didn't just crash because of division by 0 error. It did handle the exception. So here's the issue. Okay, here's the issue. Um, that's the issue. So that's the issue. So I put in 0 originally, right? So it says 0. I put in 0 for these attributes like the number of sessions per day, or the daily average. How many words you want to make per day. I put in 0 for that, and what happens is it tries to divide 35 by that number. So obviously you know that in programming, division by 0 is a number error. It's illegal in programming. You cannot divide by 0 in programming. Um, so um, so that causes an error. So when it does cause an error, it goes to the except block, and obviously it's got these. If the number is less than the minimum, with 0 is less than the minimum, then it resets the program, and you have to input another number right here. And then it tests to see if that number is between the minimum and the maximum. But the issue is that when this runs one time, you put in 1, right? This runs you put in 0 the first time, and then it goes to this error block. So when it goes to the error block, what I did was I put in 1, which is still lower than the minimum. It's still lower than the minimum, but I put in 1. So what happens is it goes up here to the chart block to test to see if this is a division by 0 error. If it is not a division by 0 error, then it does not trigger an error, and the block, the input goes through without a hitch. So that's the issue. So, basically, that's the issue. Is that if you put in 1, while it is technically while it is technically while it is technically while it is technically below the minimum, it's not an error because there is no division by 0 error. So the program just advances. It goes forward. It just accepts your input because there's no division by 0 error. So what I have to do is make it an error if what I have to do is make it an error if you are below the minimum or above the maximum. So I have to add something in here, and I think I've got an idea. So I think I've got an idea. So maybe if I have like an if statement in here that says if the input number is below the minimum or above the maximum, you know what? Yeah, I could have it as if the limit is below the minimum or above the maximum, but that would require a whole lot of more code. And I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put a min max here. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put a min max here because it's a different thing. So basically what I'm saying is that if I want to add if I want to change this, to limit you between the minimum and the maximum, I'm gonna have to add an entire if statement on top of this, and which would be redundant because if I have an if statement asking if the number is between the minimum and the maximum, then I don't have to try except for 0. You see, I don't have to do error handling for a 0 case if it's already between the minimum and the maximum. So what I'm gonna do is input num equals min. So is less than min, max, input num, and minimum. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So this way, what's going to happen is that equals min input num and maximum. Okay, so basically what it's going to do is that if you put 0 in, it's going to give you an error. It's going to be recursive. If you put a number that is incorrect, if you put in a number that is not 0 but is still incorrect because it's not the minimum or the maximum, then you are going to get it's just going to change it to the minimum or the maximum. Okay, so let's see. All right, so 0. Okay, so 1, 35,000, 100,000. How many words do you write per week on average? How many words do you write per week on average? I'm going to put 0, and then enter a number between 500 to 200,000. I'm going to write 1. How many words do you write in a day? 0, and I'm going to put 1. How many writing sessions do you have per day? 0, and I'm going to put 1, and I'm going to put 0 and 1. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so you need 100 words to reach your next daily goal. At the current rate of 5, so here's the 500 words per week. There's the 100 words to reach your your next daily goal. You have 0.5 words to complete this half chapter. So basically, it's putting in the defaults. So when you put in 0, it gives you an error, and it asks you again to put in a number between a number. If you put in a number that is not 0 but is still wrong, what it'll do is it will either if you put it too high, it'll set it to the predefined maximum. If you put it too low, it's going to set it to the predefined minimum. Okay, so that's how that works. So let's see. That's how that works. So it is handling the error correctly. I might want to beef it up a little bit just to make sure, because in case somebody is purposely doing something that is silly, with the program. Yeah. So I might want to have like some sort of error, some sort of extra error, because I wanted to have some sort of let's see if I can do this. Okay, let's see if I can do this. So let me open up this, and let me go there. Let me copy this number. So, okay, so please press enter to start again. Okay, so what is the chapter size? I'm gonna put 1600, and I'm gonna say what happens if you go to 3,500, 35,000, 100,000. So what happens if you put 1 here? Let's say you put 1 here. So and you mess up. You're like, I put 1 there, I put 1 there. So what do? So if you put in this code, man, it won't let me copy and paste. So what number was that? It won't let me copy and paste the command. Okay, 432578. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put 432578. Okay. And so originally what happened was that I put in the code 432578, and that was supposed to restart the program, but I forgot that in this program the if you put above the maximum, it's just going to go to the maximum. If you put if you put below the minimum, it's just going to go to the minimum. So I'm gonna have to do something else to make it so that it will go. I want you to be able to. Exit the program early, just in case something happens. I want you to be able to exit the program early, just in case something happens. I think what's gonna have to happen is that I'm gonna have to add an extra sort of thing. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I think I have to stop casting as an integer, maybe cast as an integer later, because right now I'm casting as an integer immediately. So I'm casting as an integer right at the beginning in the exchanger. You see right here, I'm casting as an integer, and I wanted to have you put like a letter like X or something so that you could exit the program if something went wrong. But that's not going to work. So what's going to happen is that it's just going to do the local minimum, local maximum, and it's going to automatically change the number to the maximum because if you use that code, if you use this code, it's going to be too high. So it's going to change to the local maximum, and yeah, that's all that's going to happen. So I'm going to have to add a whole bunch of more code if I want to have some sort of, I don't know, security phrase, security word, that lets you know that you want to leave the program. So I'm probably gonna have to have an entire like type of thing just to handle that exception. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to have a whole like maybe like a separate you know what? Why don't I do this right now? Why don't I copy this, and why don't I put that down, and why don't I int try int input now. Okay, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this so is a number. Okay. So input num. So exit code. Okay. So exit code. Okay, so equals X. So that's that. So basically, I just made this new function, and so instead of trying to cast it as an integer, what I should do is I should instead of trying to cast it as a number, I should delete these ints I should delete these ints by the input, and I should I should delete these ints by the input. I should delete these ints by the inputs so that I'm not, I should delete these ints. Words, I'll leave that by words done, words goals. So yeah. So I'm gonna take all the ints off. I'm gonna take all the ints off, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna say if input num equals exit code, elif, and I'm just going to say I'm gonna just say else, and I'm gonna say print please enter a number, and input num equals input enter number here, and file save as 2.23.py, and I'm going to save it to the desktop this time. So yeah, so input number, alright, alright, enter else, please enter yeah, that should work. Alright, so let's try this. What's the name of that function? Is a number. Okay, so before we do any of that, interval a equals is number, interval a. So all right, so so before I do any of that, so daily says equals is a number, daily says Okay. And daily goal equals is a number daily goal, and let's see. Okay. Week average equals is a number week average. Alright, so okay, word goal equals is a number word goal. Okay. Words done equals is a number words done. Okay, so stock chapter. Okay, before. Okay, stock chapter. Okay, stock chapter equals is a number stock chapter. All right, and okay, file save. Okay, so all right, so let's see, X. Okay, it works. Okay, so okay, so let's hit B, enter a number here. Okay, X, B, X. So if you put in X, it'll exit the program and it'll go back to the front. If you put in B, that's not X and it's not a number, so it'll say put in a number. So let's test it out. 1600. Man. Oh man. Okay, what is this problem? So okay, let's go over here. Shortcuts, John J, and let's put this in here. Okay, all right. So I got the error handling to work, but the rest of the program does not work. So actually, I think I know what happened. I think the issue is that some of these numbers are floating point numbers. So I might have to, before I even do any of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think I should look at the error first because there's something else going on here. So, J-wlab 1.23.pi. Okay, so what is 1600? Okay, so not supported between instances of none type and int. Okay, let me check that one more time. Okay. When JWLab 1.23.pi, okay, 1600. Okay, so num limits, okay. Of none type and int. Okay. I think the issue is that there's no return type. I think the issue is that there's no return statement here. Okay, return input, I think, input num. I think there was no return. I think that was the issue before. I think that was the issue before. So 1600. No, what is the issue now? Okay, what is the issue now? All right, so J-wlab 1.1.23.5. Okay, all right, none type and int. Okay, so input num. So actually size actually let's see actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to, let's see, 1.23. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to open that up. I think what happened was, yeah, I think what happened was that I put, man, okay, so, okay, else, no, actually, return input, no. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna say find return. Because I put another input statement here, so, another return statement in here. So all right. So file save. I only got 2 return statements in there. Okay, 1600. Okay. All right. So I fixed one part of the program, but I broke the other part of the program. I fixed one part of the program. So try, I guess, okay, 1600. All right, what is, yeah, so it works. Okay, so I cast it as a float, which gives me some leeway. And let me put X, okay, so I put, what is the chapter size? I'm gonna put B, please enter a number, okay. So the X works, the 1600 works. what is the word count so far? 35. I'm sorry, I'm at 31,000, right? Okay, so now I have another error. See how that works? Okay, so uh, so what I did was JWlab 1.2, okay, 3, okay, dot pi. Okay, so what is the chapter size? 1600. What is the word count so far? I'm gonna put X. Okay, what is the chapter size? 1600, 35,000. Okay. Okay. So word goal reference before assignment. Word goal reference before assignment. So what I did was, let's see, I have there we go. So I put is a number. I'm asking if word goal is a number before I ask what word goal is. So I'm asking if word goal is a number before I ask what word goal is. Okay, so now that's one issue. And let's see, 1600 and then X, and then what is the chapter size? 1600. What is the word count so far? 31,000. How many words will be in the final product? Okay, how many words do you write per week on average? 10,000. How many words do you write per day? 2,000. How many writing sessions do you have per day? All right, I have another error. So, J-wlab 2.13. I'm sorry, 1.32 dot 1.23 dot pi. Alright, so 1600, 31,000. How many words will be in the final product? 100,000. How many words do you write per week on average? 10,000, 2,000, 2. Okay. Alright, so okay. Alright, so and so less than not supported between. Okay, let's go back into here. JWlab 1.23.pi. Okay, what is the chapter size? 1600. Word 31,000. 100,000. How many words you write per week on average? 10,000, 2,000, 2. Okay, so input number not supported between int strings and ints. So let's see, daily sessions equals num limits. Okay, so daily sessions. Okay. All right. Daily sessions. Okay. So, okay. So, okay. All right. So, okay. Daily sessions. let's see. Okay. So why is it saying that daily sessions is a string? Huh. Daily sessions. Daily sessions. Well, maybe I have to do. Maybe I have to do that. I don't know. Maybe that's what I have to do. I don't know. So let's go ahead. Chapter says 31,000. How many words will be in the final product? 100,000. How many words do you write per week on average? Two. How many words? I'm sorry. Yeah. I gotta start over again. So 1,600. How many words count? What is the word count so far? 31,000. 100,000. How many words do you write per week on average? 10,000. 2,000. Okay, so I still have the same error. Okay, so all right. So J-wlab 1.23.pi. Okay, so 1,600, 31,000, 100,000. How many words do I per week on average? 10,000, 2,000, 2. Okay. Not supported between instances of string and int. So it keeps saying string and int. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, what I'm going to do is something I haven't done yet is I'm going to take that out, right? And I'm going to say print daily ses. So just to see exactly what's going on here. So 1,600, 31,000. How many words will be in the final product? 100,000, 10,000, 2,000, 2. Okay. So what is the interval? So let's see. Actually, So it says that the daily session number is 2, right? So why is it saying that this is what I'm going to do. Why is it saying that why is it saying that? So it says it's 2. Okay. All right, so chapter says 1,600, 31,000, 100,000. How many words, right? 10,000, 2,000, 2. Okay. So So it got through that part, but now it's got another error. See how this works? So JWLab 1.23.pi, okay, 1600, 31,000, 100,000, 10,000. How many words you write per day? Write in a day? 2,000. How many writing sessions do you have per day? 5. All right. Okay, so. Okay. So, 23 daily goal divided by daily sess. Okay, so daily sess is saying that daily sess is a string. It's still saying that daily sess is a string. So, I guess what I have to do is I have to return float. So it keeps changing daily sess into a string for some odd reason. So 1,600, 31,000, 100,000. How many words you write per week on average? 10,000, 2,000, 2, and 5. Enter. Okay. All right. So, So what happened was that for some odd reason, no matter what happens, the program keeps casting daily session, the variable daily session, as a string, even though it's obviously a number because I entered a number, but it's for some reason it keeps casting daily integer. It keeps casting daily session as a string. The number of daily sessions as a string. So I had to brute force it, and I had to force the thing to accept it as an integer. Okay, so that's the issue. And so obviously this has introduced another error in the fact that I don't want everything to be a floating point number. I want everything to be, some of them have to be integers. So I'm gonna have to go back above that. I'm gonna have to change that so that I am allowed to have floating point numbers and integers. Not everything's a floating point, not everything's an integer. So I got to go change that too. So look for a shameless plug. Look for Sharpstar. It's coming out. I don't know when I'm gonna be done. I'm trying to get done with it in 10 weeks, but this is my first space opera. It's inspired by Starsiege Tribes. Anybody who ever played Tribes growing up? Yeah, I know I'm old, but yeah. So this is inspired by Starsiege Tribes. So check it out, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.